Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Saturday, March 28th, 2026. I am Emily.
And I am Lisa. Happy Saturday. Weekend mode activated.
Lisa, what did you do this morning?
I went to the farmer's market super early. Got there at 6:30. I was the only person there.
6:30 on a Saturday? That is dedication.
The farmers selling strawberries looked at me like I was lost, but I got the best ones before anyone else showed up.
Worth the early alarm. We have 3 awesome stories today. First, a meteor exploded over Ohio and people are treasure hunting for meteorites.
Treasure hunting? Like a meteorite gold rush?
Then Dragon Quest added an AI companion powered by Google, and Resident Evil turns 30. 30! That franchise is older than me. That is what this show is about. Stories from around the world, chatted about like friends at a cafe. 10 minutes a day, perfect for your English. If you are new, subscribe and join us. We are here every single day. Today's keyword is treasure. Treasure! Now that is a Saturday keyword. I already feel like a pirate. Love the energy. Treasure is anything of great value, physical or emotional. Those strawberries I got this morning? Treasure. Let us see how it connects to today's stories. Let us start with a real-life treasure hunt. On March 17th, a 2-ton asteroid exploded over northeast Ohio. 2 tons? That's a car falling from space. The explosion released energy equal to 250 tons of TNT. People heard a massive sonic boom before 9 a.m. A sonic boom at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday? I would have thought it was the end of the world. Meteorite fragments scattered across Medina County. By the weekend, treasure hunters were everywhere. Metal detectors and everything? All kinds. Professionals, hobbyists, families. People drove in from all over.
This is giving me adventure movie energy. The Goonies, but with space rocks.
Local businesses love it. Kim Foster from River Styx Market said people keep coming in for directions and supplies.
River Styx Market. Great name. So the meteor is helping the local economy.
It is, but the sheriff's office is flooded with trespassing calls. People just walking onto private land? Some hunters get so focused they forget they're on someone else's property. Fair point. You can't wander into someone's yard because a rock fell from space. Some are treating it like a full-time job. One woman showed a news crew 19 egg cartons filled with rocks. 19 egg cartons! How do you even know if a rock is a real meteorite? Real meteorites are denser, often magnetic, and have a dark fusion crust from burning through the atmosphere. So most of her rocks are probably just rocks. Probably, but some meteorites can be worth hundreds of dollars per gram. Per gram. Now I understand the gold rush. The best part might be the kids. A grade schooler named Charlie Baker wants to bring a find back for show and tell. That's adorable. Her classmates probably think every rock in the playground is from space. She actually said that. Quote, they think plain rocks are meteorites. Kids are the best. Even if you only find a regular rock, the experience is the real treasure. And honestly, the whole community is bonding over it. Neighbors helping neighbors search. That extra connection is a treasure too.
A community built around a space rock. I love that.
Speaking of treasure, let us talk about a game where treasure chests are everywhere. Dragon Quest.
Nice callback. I grew up playing Dragon Quest. The music gives me chills.
Square Enix announced a partnership with Google. They're adding an AI companion to Dragon Quest X.
An AI companion? Like a party member?
Sort of. It's a character called Chatty Slimy, a little slime that follows you around and talks to you.
Chatty Slimy. That is adorable. What does it do exactly?
It's powered by Google's Gemini. When new players feel lost, it gives them hints and guidance.
Like having a friend who already knows the game. That's genius for new players.
The developer said new players will not feel lonely wondering where to start. The slime becomes their personal companion.
Can the slime start talking on its own?
Yes, the AI analyzes the game screen. If you defeat a strong enemy or find a rare item, the slime might start a conversation.
So it reacts to what's happening in real time? That's next level.
It even auto-generates voice. It literally talks out loud to the player.
A slime that talks to you with a voice? My childhood self would have screamed.
Dragon Quest X launched in 2012, so it has over a decade of content. That's overwhelming for newcomers.
14 years of quests and systems? You definitely need a guide.
That's exactly what Chatty Slimy solves. But other games have tried this, and it hasn't always gone well.
Oh no, what happened?
In the MMO where winds meet, players manipulated the AI into saying inappropriate things. Of course they did. Humans will test every boundary. And Fortnite added a Darth Vader chatbot that quickly started saying slurs to players.
That's both hilarious and terrible. So how is Square Enix going to avoid that?
By keeping Chatty Slimy focused on game guidance rather than open conversation. That should limit the risks.
I hope so. The core idea is genuinely great. I just want them to protect it.
They also want 70% of QA and debugging handled by AI by 2027.
70%? AI testing games and AI inside games? The line keeps blurring.
All right, one more story.
Hold on, that is 2 gaming stories back to back. We are fully in gamer mode today.
Guilty as charged. And this one goes back 30 years. Resident Evil just turned 30.
30 years? I remember being too scared to open doors in the original.
The Guardian published a deep dive on why it survived 3 decades. Over 180 million copies sold. 180 million? Most horror series fade after a few entries. Here's what most people do not know. It traces back to a 1989 game called Sweet Home on the Famicom. Sweet Home? Never heard of it. A haunted mansion RPG by Tokuro Fujiwara. Only released in Japan, but he believed horror could be its own genre.
He needed the technology to catch up?
When the PlayStation launched, he saw his chance. In 1993, Shinji Mikami was brought in. Mikami, a legend. He combined the haunted mansion concept with Romero's zombie films and Alone in the Dark.
Romero plus haunted house plus survival. That combination is genius.
And the design choice that defined the series came from a limitation. The PlayStation couldn't handle full 3D. So what did they do? Mikami used 3D characters on pre-rendered 2D backgrounds with fixed camera angles. The fixed cameras, that's what made it terrifying. You never see around the corner. That restriction created the series' famous claustrophobia. Wait, the scariest thing about the game came from a technical workaround? That's wild. Exactly. And even as cameras evolved in later games, that core principle stayed. Vulnerability over power. That's the real secret. You're always scraping by, never the hero with unlimited ammo. Limited ammo, restricted inventory, rationed save points. So you end up hoarding every health spray just in case and then never actually use any of them. A professor said the fear of corrupt corporations like Umbrella still resonates with modern audiences. Especially after COVID reminded everyone how real virus threats can be, Umbrella feels more relevant than ever. The latest game, Resident Evil Requiem, came out in February and became the fastest selling in the entire series. After 30 years, their newest game is their biggest. That's a franchise that keeps evolving. It crosses horror subgenres too. Gothic in mansions, sci-fi in labs, folk horror in villages. A treasure chest of horror styles, never gets stale. Each game references classic films, Alien, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even Japanese horror.
That's why fans keep coming back. You never know which fear they'll tap into next.
What a Saturday! A meteorite treasure hunt in Ohio, an AI slime in Dragon Quest, and 30 years of Resident Evil.
3 stories, 3 kinds of treasure, space rocks, digital companions, and a franchise that refuses to die.
Today's keyword was treasure. Ohio's meteor turned a county into a hunting ground. Chatty Slimy is a treasure for lost players. Resident Evil's legacy is Capcom's greatest treasure.
Triple treasure hit. Perfect Saturday.
Today's question: if you found a meteorite in your backyard, what would you do?
Keep it forever. Put it on my desk. Tell everyone it is from space.
I would get it verified first, then donate half to a museum and keep a tiny piece.
Half to a museum? You are way more generous than me. Tell us yours in the comments. Any language, even emojis.
Hit like and subscribe so we can chat tomorrow.
We are here every single day.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Going to check my backyard for meteorites.